Weirdly enough, Shelly D. Cooper, I almost said. Shelly D. Kylor actually got up here in the form of a radio walkie-talkie and actually, like, outed frickin' Adrian Andrews as his client. Of course, we know the truth that it wasn't him, her, and he actually slipped up and called him a him. Look, we just filmed the last episode. You're gonna have to watch that if you want to understand what's going on fully. Long story short, Francesca Von Karma just busted in, and now she's gonna save our asses. What are you doing? Ah! You see now, don't you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This is exactly why you should never take your eyes off of that scruffy fool. Did you bring them? The final pieces, do you have them? You should know better than to have to ask that, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. A Von Karma is perfect in every way. The evidence is here in perfect condition. Don't worry about Scruffy. He's fine and his injuries are minor. All of his items are inside of this. What a filthy old coat this is. Hey, that coat belongs to a beautiful man who deserves love. Maybe not from Edgeworth, but from another man or woman. He deserves love! That's Gumshoes. I can spot his tattered rags anywhere. I apologize for the ugliness, but there was nothing else to wrap the items in. I fought so long and hard for this. All for what is inside that raggedy coat. I'm sure that inside that coat lies a crucial piece of evidence. Your Honor, inside of that filthy coat are the defense's final pieces of evidence. Your final evidence? Shit. This trial is already over. All that remains is for me to hand down my verdict. I do not believe that any evidence can be presented now. It can't change the outcome of this trial. What? Objection! Your Honor, it is our duty to examine every piece of evidence down to the last. I request that Miss Von Karma be allowed to present these pieces of evidence. I suppose you're right, Mr. Edgeworth. I grant permission to do so. However, this one obvious rule applies here. If these items do not bring up any new points, they will not be accepted by this court. Shit, fuck. Now, Miss Von Karma, if you please. These pieces of evidence are items left by D. Kylor during his escape from the police. He must have been in quite a rush. Yes, Your Honor. D. Kylor left 3 pieces of evidence behind. Somewhere among the evidence we're about to see, there will be something that will turn this whole situation around. Like a miracle. I'm sure of it! That is all we can hope for. The first item is a pistol. Does D. Kylor's pistol have anything to do with this case? Maybe. Let's question for more details? Does that pistol have any relation to this case? We have yet to perform a ballistic test, so I can't say for anything for certain. However, I believe it has something to do with this case. At least with me. Oh shit, is this the gun she got shot with? That's the pistol that he used to shoot you, isn't it? That's what I believe, yes. Oh, fuck. I kept the bullet they removed from my shoulder as sort of a memento. I'm sure it will be an excellent sample for the test. So that's the pistol that was used to shoot Francesca. It's probably not going to help us very much now. A small caliber pistol that is thought to have been fired by Kylor at Francesca. The second piece of evidence is this videotape! I bet Kylor took that from the guard mansion. Yeah, question the fuck out of that. That's gotta be the tape. Have you checked out the contents of that tape? Unfortunately, there was no time to. Oh yeah. But I would speculate that this tape is very important. Wow, Bizarro's dominatrix joke really came to a head here. Bizarro comments, I can't believe I'm saying this, but thank you, dominatrix! All hail the dominatrix. Use your kink as your power. But I would speculate that the tape is very important. Why would you say that? Because he came back to his hideout for it. Kylor went back for it? That's right. It looks like he was trying to recover it. He injured 3 of the officers at the site. But somehow, it looks like they managed to protect it from Kylor. Surely Kylor is no ordinary man. Videotape. One of the items retrieved. Kylor violently tried to recover it. Contents unknown. Videotape added to the court record. The last piece of evidence is this bellboy uniform. That could be important to prove that it was actually Kylor who was, like, you know, the bellboy guy. Yeah, we should get more details about this. What? Was that used during the crime? I'm almost certain it was. There's even a pair of black leather gloves in one of the pockets. There's no doubt about it. Kylor was wearing this on the night of the murder. There is one thing I found interesting about this uniform. And what is that? There is a button missing on this uniform. A button? It's a very unique button. I'm sure if we were to recover it, it would provide us with an interesting clue. Bellboy's uniform added to the court record. Bellboy's uniform worn by Kylor on the night of the murder. One of its special buttons is missing. That is all I have to present, Your Honor. It's just as I thought. And what is that, Your Honor? I'm sure, were we under normal circumstances, these items from Shelly D. Killer's hideout would be very important clues. However, our question is not who did the killing. It is who is the client. Yes, that is correct. And these 3 items do not tell us anything about that. Thank you for your hard work, Miss Von Karma. You may step down now. Hold it! Wait, Your Honor. Please allow me to examine this new evidence. Overruled. This court has all... Throat's getting a little too dry, everybody. Sorry. This court already has all the evidence it needs to hand down a verdict. Wonderful. Absolutely splendid. This judge is just such a brilliant man, isn't he? Is this the end? Phoenix? I knew it. There's no such thing as a miracle in this world, is there? I think you're wrong. I think they do exist. But you have to make that miracle happen. You've come this far. You can't give up now. But no matter how you think about it, it's... Try. For my sake. Just think about it for a second. There are 2 ways out of this situation. Two? The first. Make on God wish from the bottom of his soul for a guilty verdict. What? I'm confused. How do we make that shit happen? Huh? D. Killer will always place his client's wishes first. If Vanguard himself wishes to be convicted, then he will let his hostage go. How do we make him want to be convicted? That may be true, but that's asking me to do the impossible. The second way. Force D. Killer to end his contract with Mr. Ungod. If D. Killer were no longer to think of Ungod as his client, then he would let Maya go. Mia, that's even more impossible. He's a man who values his duty towards his client above everything else. Shit. I know both of these seem like impossible feats at first. But if you can make either one happen, it would truly be a miracle. The bigger problem is, the judge has already said he doesn't need any more evidence. The pieces he was just shown, he's not accepting them. I think things through from the other side. Isn't that what has worked for us? Shit, fuck. The other side? Wait, does she mean... You mean to turn things around? Phoenix? The judge says he doesn't need the evidence. If that's the case, then who does need it? The person who needs the evidence? I'm so confused. The defense, prosecution, and the judge. We have all seen the pieces of evidence. And that is how we have to come to know the truth. But there's one person who is yet to see them all. Who? I don't know if alcohol is allowed in court. And that person does not know the truth. I think I get what she's suggesting. What she's suggesting is that... Okay, so let me explain. We've been hearing from the beginning with every press, every time we've been looking into shit, that Kylor likes loyalty. He believes in trust. And we currently have a videotape that Matt set up to film him doing the murder and blackmail him later. So I think we need to use that to make him cancel the thing. I don't know how in God's name we would go about making Matt want to fucking be in jail. There were no more objections this time, correct? Now then, I will pronounce my verdict. Why don't we all just respectfully sit back and fucking listen, kids?
Objection!
I have already told you, Mr. Wright. This court does not need any more evidence. I am not saying it is us that needs the evidence, Your Honor. Shit, fuck. Then you want to show the evidence to that person? Yes, Your Honor. Shit. Please, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, for you to ask with such passion, I will grant you one chance. One chance? Please, show your evidence to who you think is the right person.
Objection!
That's impossible. To turn this situation around in one try? One try, that is all I'm willing to permit. I have to try to remember everything that has happened up to this point. Think, Phoenix, think! There must be a way to save Maya while taking Ungard down at the same time. I've already figured it out, Phoenix. You're the one behind. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's not waste any more time. Shit. Who would you like to show evidence to? Shelly D. Kylor?
Take that!
I see. And now, tell this court what one piece of evidence you would like to show this person. Well, it's gotta be the videotape. That's the only way.
Take that!
Shit. Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? I think there is some merit in showing this evidence to that witness. Bailiff, please bring in the transceiver from earlier. Alright. It looks like I managed to convince him. Oh shit, we should probably save. Maya, she's okay, right? Didn't I tell you to concern yourself? Didn't I tell you to concern yourself with bringing a Speedy into this trial? Now, if I understand correctly, you wish to show me one piece of evidence? Yes, one is all I need. I have here a videotape. It was found at your hideout. Shit. I heard you injured 3 officers in your attempt to get it back. That was most regrettable. However, it was an order from my client. And Bizarro comments, and if it ain't the killer, then it be the judge or Miss Oldbag to summon unholy vengeance. Honestly, I slightly ship the judge and Miss Oldbag right now. I just like the idea of, like, them both beating the living fuck out of Phoenix. I was told to protect that videotape. I thought so. I'm afraid I seem to have failed in that regard. Do you know the contents of this tape? I was sternly told by my client to not watch it. So, I have absolutely no idea. Actually, you're on this tape. What? There was a video camera hidden at the crime scene. Your actions were being recorded. What? Is that true, Mr. Wright? Who was it that planted the camera? Well, the only person who could have placed the camera at the scene of the crime would be your client, naturally. Shit, fuck. That was Adrian Andrews. Be quiet and listen, Your Honor. Yes, sir. Phoenix, you try that bullshit, I'll break your spine. Your client specified a place and time for you, isn't that right? Yes. That was so they could film you. Shit. I had no idea. Shit. Mr. Wright. Why would my client do such a thing? Shit. I would like to know why. Why did Madden Guard film the crime scene? He already said it. It was to blackmail him. Like, if he needed to, it was to blackmail him. The reason why he did that is my ticket out of this whole mess. There's only one reason why your client would secretly film the crime scene. They wanted to blackmail you. Your client once told me something very interesting. We were talking about you, and this is what they said. But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all assassins. Oh, come on, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. Yeah. That's where the video comes in. With that, I can keep him at bay and even blackmail him if I want. Your client didn't trust you at all. They were thinking of using the videotape to blackmail you. What do you have to say about this, Shelly D. Killer? Sacre bleu! Shit. It looks like I was being deceived from the very beginning. Yes, by a natural. That is the kind of person they are. Your client is a person who only thinks and plots of how to use the people around them to protect themselves from any and all dangers that may arise. That is the true nature of your client. Shit. I have a question for the witness. Yes? You told us one thing numerous times during your testimony. You said that you detest traitors most of all. Yes, this is right. But what if that traitor was your own client? What would you do then? Shit. That's obvious. I would break our contract in that case. And then, that client would become my next target. For the honor of the D Killer name, even if it takes an eternity, I would follow that person to the ends of the earth to exact my punishment. I see. That's all I wanted to know. Oh, now we got it where he wants to go to jail. We did both. He's gonna want to go to jail to escape him. So the traitor becomes D Killer's next target. I get it. This is how we'll turn this case around. Mr. Wright. Yes? My contract with my client is over as of now. I seem to have a new job on my hands. I will now return you your precious item. What the? I'm not an item! Maya, I thought I'd never see you again. Oh, thank goodness! This trial appears to have come to its conclusion. However, I am sort of... I don't quite know what just happened there, so with the client... Miss Von Karma, where did that... She always has you in her sights. Now, I do believe it's time to finally hand down a verdict. Fuck you, buddy. Mr. On Guard. It looks like somehow you got what you wanted. You finally received the acquittal you wanted so badly. You should be so happy. But before that, I would like to make one final statement. Sometime in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Shit! Fuck! Needless to say, that man is very good at what he does. I'm sure you would understand what I mean if you watch this video. Help me! Now then, Your Honor, the verdict, if you please. Is this all right with you, Mr. Wright? Shit, fuck. We have finally reached the end of a very long battle. Whether he's convicted or acquitted, there is no escape for him now. Go on, Phoenix. Plead whichever way your heart tells you. Right, Chief. I plead not guilty, obviously. He's obviously not guilty. Congratulations, Mr. Mad on Guard. Shit, fuck. Please make sure to savor every moment of what little time you have left. Your Honor, as always, the defense pleads not guilty. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Matt on Guard. Hold it! Please, wait! What's the matter? If I get not guilty, I'll be killed! Shit. I... No! Oh, whoa, whoa! Dude! Guilty, 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 guilty! Dude. Oh, his face. As always, it looks like we have uncovered the real truth. We? I don't remember you helping out much in this. Mr. Edgeworth, how is Matt on guard? I have left Miss Von Karma in charge of his incarceration. I'm sure he's getting a full-course meal of whip leather right about now. Very good. That was a close one, wasn't it, witness? Yes. I plan to pay my debt to society for my own crime, Your Honor. Shit. The first time I was called to the witness stand during this trial, all I felt was despair. She must be talking about the time Edgeworth really went after her. I guess she's trying to forgive him for what he did. This witness, how should I put this, has an illness. If you're going to say that you would choose death, that is no concern of mine. But after that, when I was alone at the detention center, that's the first time I really saw myself for who I am. Shit. And today, when the two of you used your combined strength to convict Matt, I felt like I had finally been saved. Wow. This is the first time I've ever seen her smile. I'm really happy you two were in charge of this case. I really don't know how to express how I feel at this moment. This is the first time I felt comfortable with myself, with who I am. Thank you so much, everyone. It looks like we've resolved everything at last. As for myself, there are still a few things I'm confused about. But everyone seems to be in good spirits. That is all. This court is adjourned. March 23rd, 5:14 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby, number 3. You were great out there, Phoenix. What I did out there was right, wasn't it? This is the first time you've not gotten your client off. You got them a guilty verdict this time. But you have to look past all of that to what's really important. That's right, Phoenix just had his first loss. And God, we were trying to get it so hard. You now realize that there is something more than just getting a not guilty, right? Yes, I understand now. Phoenix, think back for a second. Think to the moment before Miss Von Karma arrived with the final pieces of evidence. Think about how incredible decision you had to make. Now then, Mr. Wright. Let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter. Shit. I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. Should I side with justice? Or should I side with Maya's life? My client, man on guard, is... He is guilty, or is he not guilty? Those were your choices then. And your answer. Your answer spoke to what being a lawyer means to you. Right. Edgeworth. I have good news. Maya is now safe in police custody.
Really? Pearls, you telling us the truth, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, she's quite safe. She's on her way here as we speak in a patrol car.
Yay! Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya is safe! You did it! You really did it, Mr. Nick!
Ow! She punches deceptively hard for a kid.
I believed in you. I kept saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her. Mr. Nick will save her. Ah!
Thanks, Pearls.
Oh.
What's wrong?
Miss Von Karma.
Shit. About earlier, thanks.
Ow!
Why are you still smiling, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
You lost.
Your perfect win record has now been crushed. And yet, you are still happy. Well, shit. I don't think you'll ever understand, Miss Von Karma. How dare you? Don't worry. She may in time. After all, I was like that myself until a year ago.
Edgeworth?
For my own personal victories, and for guilty verdicts. I used every dirty trick in the book, and so my win record remained spotless. But a man appeared and stood fast against that selfish me. I fought him in my usual manner and tasted my first defeat. I felt like I had lost everything because of that. And then... it was my turn to sit in the defendant's chair. And I was saved by that person I called my enemy. I couldn't forgive myself for all that had happened. So, I left the prosecutor's office. And I left that note. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. As well you should have. A prosecutor who has shamed himself with defeat should crawl into a hole and die. But that was not what happened. After I left the prosecutor's office, I finally came to realize something. And it was in that moment of clarity that everything began to change. What foolish nonsense! We prosecutors use anything we can to attack the defendant. But every time we did so,
Objection!
no matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, that man would hold strong with his undenying faith. And then, before I knew it, I began to trust in that man as well. What? You trusted your enemy? It doesn't matter how many underhanded tricks a person uses. The truth is, the truth will always find a way to make itself known. The only thing we can do is to fight with the knowledge we hold and everything we have. Erasing the paradoxes one by one. It's never been easy. We claw and scratch for every inch. But we will always eventually reach that one single truth. This I promise you.
The truth?
Yes. That's the reason why prosecutors and defense attorneys exist. But I'm sure you knew that already, didn't you, Wright? Shit. That's why you couldn't forgive me. This man who went into hiding. Isn't that right? This man who only had his sights set on victory. Who ran away in the night. This man who loved you. But then couldn't go through with it.
Ah! Is Mr. Edgeworth white, Mr. Neck?
You really let me down. When you disappeared, I felt betrayed. The reason I decided to become a lawyer began with you. It was because I believed in the things you said to me all those years ago. And you betrayed your own words. That's why 1 year ago, I made up my mind. I decided that the Miles Edgeworth I knew had died. At least, that's what I was told. And that's what I told myself, too. You pathetic fool.
Miss Von Karma. I don't want to hear that wretched whimpering of a disgraced loser. Von Karma is someone who is destined to be perfect. Miles Edgeworth, you are no longer worthy. You are no longer worthy of being a Von Karma. And neither am I.
It's over. It's all over. Franziska threw something on the ground just now. This is an electromagnetic receiver. Isn't that the thing she used to track Detective Gumshoe? I'll return this to the precinct later. There's something else. She gave us her whip. Now we can be the dominatrix.
Isn't that Miss Von Karma's whip? I'll never set room in another courtroom again. Never set foot in another courtroom again. I'm sure that's what she's saying by this action. Shit. You should keep this, right? Shit. Okay. Nick! Shit, fuck! Maya! Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! Oh, Nick! I knew you would come through. You got on guard convicted like I knew you would. And on top of that, you even rescued me. Well, of course I did. You know I would never desert you. But we sure pressed our luck this trial. You're really lucky to be standing here. Whatever. Look, it's over, okay? Besides, if I did croak, I would just be... Wait, what's that comment from Bizarro? Well, this case of love, betrayal, old women, badass paranoid judges, and dominatrixes is finally done. By the way, it was an Office Space reference earlier. What? I don't know what that is. Well, it's not done yet. If the credits of this game are anything like the first game, I think we're gonna see some familiar faces before it's time to go. I would just have to come back and haunt you like a bad ghost through Pearly. Shit. Is it really that easy to do something like that? Shit. Thanks a lot, Nick. Don't mention it. Maya. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth! I'm relieved you're alright. Hey, it looks like you've made some real progress, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, I suppose I'm a little different from who I was a year ago. You're hungry, Maya. It's time for burgers. Alright. I think it's time we got out of this depressing place. Huh? Where are we going? Food, Nick. Food. Grub. Chow. I've been starved for 5 days, Nick. I'm so hungry, even you look like a nice, juicy burger on a bun. Nick, give me your arm or I'll eat all of you. You think I look like a burger? I'm a prime rib at least. Come with us, Mr. Edgeworth, please. If you insist. Alright. So how about we hit up our usual burger joint? Don't be silly, Nick. Huh? This case messed up that awesome evening and got in the way of my gourmet food. So I've decided that we have to make it up by having another feast. Another feast? I can't do Maya's voice with my throat issues. Come on, Nick. Food! I guess this is close enough. I mean, we're getting there. It's kind of like this. This is kind of Maya's voice. This will work for now. March 23rd, 7:38 p.m., Gatewater Hotel lobby. Hey, pal. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. Gumshoe! Are you alright? Yeah, but I'm really embarrassed. I didn't think I would hit a telephone pole of all things. A telephone pole? Then it wasn't a red light that got him. You did it again, city boy.
I felt like my dear old heart was gonna give out on me, and that ain't no joke. Yeah, I was more excited. It was more exciting than the very last episode of The Steel Samurai. Thanks. Now look here, mister. Snooty prosecutor. Don't you reckon you bullied Mr. Wright too hard? If you don't start being a lot nicer to him, he might just kick it tonight, even. I'll keep that in mind. Well, come on now. Everyone gather round. Y'all are gonna get your picture taken by a genuine professional photographer. Looks like Lotta brought herself a new camera. Well, pal, at least we can put this messy case behind us now. Come on. Tonight's all about eating. So let's go chow down, pal. Amen to that, pal. Amen. But that's his character trait. You know, when you think about it, you really were the one who saved the day, Detective. Huh? Me? You really think so? He's right. If it wasn't for you, the 3 items you took, I think the trial would have ended very differently today. Well, you know, it's... Huh? Wait. That's odd. When I ran off with the things from D Killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 in total, sir. What? 4? Yeah, I'm sure I put one of them into my coat pocket. There was a 4th item? Come on, y'all. It's over. But, ooh boy, I'll tell you, you really are something else. Between getting accused of murder and getting kidnapped, never a dull moment with you, huh? You think? Why does she look so happy about that? But being shut away for 2 whole days? Weren't you scared? Yeah, it was really scary. I felt so hopeless. So to keep my mind off things, I drew pictures. Sounds like you had it rough, Cal. So, where's this picture of yours? Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see Missing Maya's picture. Shit. You know, I don't know where it went. Aw, that's too bad. Well, it's alright. It wasn't anything important anyway. Aw. It sure is nice to finally see them both smiling again. Oh, shit! God fucking damn it, if I ever hear that fucking noise in the real world, I'm gonna have visceral reactions. Huh. What is it, Edgeworth? This thing is picking something up. Ah, that's Miss Von Karma's receiver. Thanks to her, I had the most awful experience of my life, sir. I can't believe she stuck a tracking device on me. That's odd. Even though you're standing right here, the tracking device seems to be in a different location. Oh, it's probably busted or something, sir. Oh my god, it's on D Killer. She put the tracking device on D Killer. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid it's about time for me to excuse myself. I still have some work to do. Huh? But Edgeworth, you haven't even eaten anything yet. And you haven't eaten way too much. And you've eaten way too much, you glutton. Phoenix. She hasn't eaten for 2 days. Let the girl eat. I had fun tonight.
Now, if you'll excuse me. Wait. What? Shit. I just want to say, thanks, Edgeworth. You really saved me out there. If anyone should be saying thanks, it should be me, right? I feel like words alone aren't enough here. I wonder if there's anything I can give him to express how I feel. What the fuck am I supposed to give him? A very intimate and long kiss? That's the only thing I can think of. My attorney badge, maybe? Thrown away by Francesca von Karma, it has a certain mysterious nostalgia to it. Maybe I can give him his whip? The whip? I mean, it did belong to his sister. I remember these being a one try, and then if you get it wrong, you just lose the chance, so... Alright, let's try the whip.
Take that!
What's this? Thank you. It's all thanks to you two. You and her. Shit. You don't need to thank me. I was only doing my job. Did I get it right? It looks like Mr. Edgeworth has left, Nick. Hey, Mystic Maya? Yes, Pearly? I guess you two can get back to being lovey-dovey, right? You and Mr. Nick, I mean. Pearly? Would you cut it out already? You're embarrassing me.
Anyway. So who's paying for this lovely dinner party?
As if you need to ask. Everyone say thank you to Nick.
Huh? Yeah, I'm kinda at the point where I can't even buy instant noodles, pal. So I kinda already put your name on the bill. Huh?
Yeah, I got me a situation just like that myself. There's this camera shop in this hotel, see? And I just bought myself this good old beauty here. It better be anyhow for 3,000. Huh? Actually, I reckon you bought it for me since it's on your tab and all. Huh? Isn't this great, Mr. Nick?
I'll kill all of you!
Yeah, Nick. Shit. Why do I suddenly feel like screaming? Aw? You don't need to hold your breath back now, you hear?
Yeah, pal. Time to let it all out.
This is going to be the first time I hear the real you. Go on. It's been a while since I've heard you say it. I've been busy being a hostage and all. Shit. Alright then, if you say so. Wow, holy shit. You really came through for me, Nick. I had to hide that letter, but I knew you'd find it. I really feel like I've been living on the edge lately. I mean, I escaped death 3 times now. Pretty cool, huh? I feel like a pro.
Dude, that was so much better than the first one. They really took the first one and went the extra step with it.
I'm so happy that you could save Mystic Maya, Mr. Nick. And I'm so happy for the two of you. Speaking of which, I think this hotel is a popular place for honeymooners. So I sort of made reservations for the two of you just in case.
God, I hope you're in the next game, Pearls. I don't want to lose you. Well, pal, it looks like I'm back on the force again. Mr. Edgeworth had a long talk with the chief, and he got me reinstated for my sake. I heard he said things like, letting that one blah blah, it's too fast, crashing headlong into everything is the only way to live, pal. Dude. I think you could tell I really got into this one, and I am very excited for the next one now.
I, Maggie Bird, am retiring this uniform as of today. I'm going to be a waitress from now on, and bring smiles and joy to people who come by my restaurant, sir. I hope you'll be stopping by sometime soon, Mr. Wright. I can't believe I remembered her voice. Well, that's just because it's this voice, and I do this voice for a lot of stuff.
Yes. Are you here to visit a patient? I'm Director Hattie. Recently, yes. That girl, no, I haven't seen her around. Yes. But I remember her, even if I laid so much of a eye on her crack. It didn't matter if I got ripped or, yes.
Goodbye, you wacko.
I loved this one. This one was so good. It's time to begin our quest for the World Circus events and to let the world know we are serious about something Zimbabwe. Hey Max, what do you think of Zimbabwe? Do you think there are castles made of cake and bunnies who can talk? I think there are no talking bunnies, even if that won't laugh. Even talking bunnies won't laugh at most jokes. I can't believe I remembered this voice for her. That was so long ago. I'm ready. I'm ready. There's no way these jokes can't make people laugh. Oh, cut tipping and these are so fast. We've got a new act. All worked out, pal. Don't you worry. Say something, you will ya? You're supposed to start this off. Get on with it. Evil Stan Lee has made a cameo at the end. 'Cause evil or not, that's what Stan Lee does. What's this, Drac? It's just an ordinary electric razor. I can't believe this, really. How long did they plan? Oh, but it's AJheb's idea. I just gotta keep looking and hiding. The eldest god will keep watching. Now listen, all you out there. I hear that there's a global pandemic coming on, and we need to stay inside. So while you're staying inside, why don't you fucking watch some Netflix? Or some Disney Plus, bitch. Hulu if you got it. Oh, I legitimately just want to start playing the next one. I'm not gonna, but I want to.
I appreciate everything you've done for me and Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, that's right. I received something from Miss Von Karma. She said after I get out, I should feel free to consult her about anything. I'm really thankful to have met everyone. I'm glad things worked out for her. This game was a lot funnier than the first one. It has become difficult for me to be in this country. As such, I would take a short break. And if you would like to request my services, may we both be blessed with longevity. Oh, we're never going to be able to reach him again. Though there were so many things left at the end, I wonder if those are going to be followed up on in the next one. Like Edgeworth has the tracker. What was the fourth item? Now, do I get an option? Okay. Before we continue, I just want to finish my thoughts on the game uninterrupted. This one was so good. And it took me a really long time to get through it, like the Phoenix Wright games have this entire time. But God, I have loved this story. Especially the last one, when they really grab you. The Big Berry Circus I have very fond memories of as well. This game really took you for twists and turns. And it really homed in on the mystery aspect. And I really, really hope that the next one
just takes everything to an 11. Because my God, so far, this was just... I am going to fondly remember this game for a while. But with that, ladies and gents, March 23rd, 9:42 p.m., International Departures, Gate 12. Where are you going, Francisca? Shit, fuck. How did you know I was here? With this. That's... I heard you were planting things on a certain person. Things like tracking devices in his coat, for example. That's just like you. I only planted it there because he was always wearing it. This filthy drab coat of his. I don't know how it ended up in my luggage. But it's going in the trash, I promise you that. Oh, that's right. Speaking of that man, he told me something very interesting. When I ran off with the things from D-Killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir. 4 things? It seems he put the last one into his coat pocket. He put it in here? Shit. It doesn't matter anymore. The case is already over. Shit. What are you going to do now? Shit. That's none of your business. Are you running away? Shut up! You don't understand a thing. You can't possibly understand what it means to be Manfred von Karma's daughter. Francisca. So many expectations from everyone around me. Expectations I must fulfill. I'm expected to win no matter what. And failure? Such a thing is not an option for me. My father was a genius. There's no doubt about that, but me? I'm no genius. I've always known that. Shit. But I had to be the one. I had to. Shit. You may not be a genius like your father, but you are a prosecutor. You have been and always will be. Shit. No, I'm not. Not anymore. I've even thrown my whip away. Speaking of that, Wright gave me this to hold on to. Right. You knew something like this would happen, didn't you? Shit. I'm going to say this again. We prosecutors do not fight for personal honor or pride. I hope you will think deeply about what you should be striking down that whip for. Shit. You haven't changed a bit. You've always left me alone and walked on ahead without me. Miles Edgeworth, I've always hated you. Shit. And then, finally, my chance came to take my revenge on you. If I could win against that man, if I could make Phoenix Wright bow down in defeat, then this girl you left behind would have risen higher than you.
That's what was supposed to be my revenge. I see. You know I can't do it. I can't change who I am. I can't throw away who I've been until today. I believe you can. Just like how Miss Adrian Andrews did. Adrian Andrews? You were going to use her during the trial, right? But you were dependent on your father by using his tactics. Isn't that right? Today, you chased after me. After I had left you behind all these years. And that's why we're standing here now, side by side. Shit, fuck. But I have no intention of stopping. If you say you're going to quit and walk down that prosecutor's path, then this is where we part ways, Franziska von Karma. Shit. Oh, you sweet girl. Oh, you sweet girl. I am Franziska von Karma. I don't think I'm going to walk in your shadow forever. Our battle begins now. So you had better prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth. Oh. Fucking hug! Oh, I am legitimately tearing up. Oh my god. Phoenix Wright. One day, someday, I'm sure we'll meet again in battle. Until then, this last piece of evidence that never made it to you, I'll take good care of this fourth piece, so I can give it to you when at last we meet again. Aww. Look at that. Well fucking done. Holy shit. Oh my lord. Dude, my eyes are watering. Well, ladies and gents, in the next video, we take on Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations. I hope you have enjoyed Justice for All. I hope you've enjoyed Ace Attorney. I hope you've enjoyed all of these. But with that, ladies and gents, I think this video's over. Are we gonna take a little break? Maybe. But when we come back, I think we're gonna be coming back with a bang. Thank you all for being in my jury, and I hope that was as good for you as it was for me, because gosh, that got me. Just having this character who's so stern and so mouthy the whole time, just change her shape like that. Oh my gosh, that got me so good. I love these characters. I love them. And with that, ciao everybody.